The first remember removal ride happened in the summer of 1984. Michael Morris, who was working in our education department, he thought of this ride and as a way of, fostering leadership, fostering self-confidence, and putting us out here and depending on each other to get back home, and it worked. I think it really did. That's why I believe in the program so much to this day. Riding with some really great kids. They're really supportive. They support each other all the time. We all are at different levels, at different levels of fitness and skill, and so, we always keep track of each other and make sure no one's left behind on this ride. So this time, it's more certain. We know the route. We know we got a lot of support back home and here, and so it's a little more relaxed, and I think that's why I wanted to do it again. I just wanted to see the trail again and appreciate it with different older eyes. The Cherokee Phoenix actually started here where we're sitting right now in 1828. The newspaper at one point was called the Cherokee Phoenix and Indian Advocate, so Elias Boudinot, the first editor, was in the mind of advocating not just for the Cherokees, but other Indian tribes that were fighting for their lands and fighting for their rights. I've worked for the newspaper for 22 years now, and I'm now an assistant editor. And so this is hallowed ground to be here and at this place and knowing what happened here. To do the ride, I agreed to report back to the Cherokee Phoenix every day, even if it's just something small, about what happened during the day, kind of like a journal. I've always been interested in news. I used to watch evening news religiously when I was a kid. I don't know why. When I got out of college, there was openings at the Cherokee Nation for a reporter or news writer. I applied and stayed persistent about getting the job, and I got it. That was back in 1994. For me to get that job as a Cherokee reporter, talking about Cherokee people and interviewing Cherokee people, doing stories about Cherokee culture and history, that's a dream job for me to be able to do that. Well, compared to the 1984 ride when we went through, there were no markers, there were no interpreters, local people that could come out and talk to us about what was in each area. So this time, I appreciated that. I think every time we got to a place where we knew our ancestors were actually there and walked there, we always took a moment to reflect and think about that. It seemed to me, I've studied the removal quite a bit. It seemed to me there were more people talking about unmarked graves this time. There was a gentleman before we got to Cape Girardeau that took us to a historic marker, and he pointed to a creek next to us, and he said, across this creek are Cherokee graves, and down the road are Cherokee graves. And so I just keep thinking those are undocumented. People don't know about them, or not as many people know about those graves. And so it made me wonder, all the way through, all along the trail, are we riding by graves? Are we riding by unmarked graves? The first time, in 1984, I was riding in Tennessee on a pretty big hill and just totally exhausted climbing it. And I heard someone speaking Cherokee next to me in my right ear. And I thought I was just hallucinating or just hearing things. But then on this other side of me, three or four more voices responded to this person, because this person had asked a question, what are they doing? They said it in Cherokee, and it was as plain as day to me. I heard it. And these other people on the left side said, they're doing this for us. I felt that back then. I felt it this time, that they were with us. Some of the other riders mentioned it too this time, that they felt they were with us and saw signs and took it as a sign when they saw something happen to them personally or as a group. I did see an impact on the younger riders. It's nice to see when they pick up on it before the ride's over and they understand how important this is and remembering and honoring our ancestors. So I saw that this time. I would say all of them picked up on it this time and appreciated what they did. I just think a lot of Cherokees take pride that they're descended from survivors.